compliance with court services and on his notification. I think the only thing that he has done is there was his son was doing an audition for admission to a program at the college. There was a single day, but we had to file a motion and get that done, and almost didn't happen. And so what we're asking to do is for him to have the ability to do things while noticing court services in the court. Where is he going to be and why is he going there? Obviously, probably not with hyper-specific details. I don't want to disclose full medical records, but whatever the court needed, some of those things could be placed under seal, but we're just asking for that ability for him to be able to take care of his, see his child, be there to support his wife, and to make a living. So we're asking for that ability to notify court services in a timely manner where he's going and when he's going to be back.
What was it that you just said a minute ago? I didn't catch all of it.
Sure.
About filing a motion. You said there was a problem.
We did with this court, I think, and it was an unopposed motion for him to be able to go to the university within the state of Florida for the audition to accompany his son. It's just that every time if something comes up to file a motion when the court may not be able to review it in a timely manner, the state may not be available, candidly, we may not be available to get motions filed to do things, is why we're asking, rather than coming back every time to the court, that he has certain requirements that he must fulfill in terms of notice as to where he is and what he's doing, but that he can do that without having to file a motion on every single circumstance.
Okay, anything further?
No, Your Honor, not unless the court has any other questions.
All right, let me hear from the state.
Your Honor, the state has several witnesses that would like to be heard on this issue.
Okay.
First of all, the state would call Rokita Fortson.
Okay. Oh, right here is fine. Oh, do you want her to sit in the witness stand, Mr. Alderman?
Whatever you prefer, Judge.
Oh, that's fine. That way she can be facing the attorneys.
Please remain standing, facing the judge. Raise your right hand.
You swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth? If so, say I do. I do. Thank you, ma'am. Just have a seat right here, okay? Go ahead, Mr. Alderman.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ma'am, would you please state your name for the record?
Rokita Fortson.
And how are you related to Audra?
It was my youngest cousin.
And are you aware of the defendant's request to be able to leave the area?
Yes,
Okay. And do you have concerns about that if he is allowed to leave the area?
I do.
Okay. What kind of concerns would you like to share with the judge?
I wrote something.
Okay.
Excuse me, you guys. I'm kind of a little out of it right now, but okay. When would accountability start? When would another young black man is murdered by another cop? When another mother is crying over her innocent child's casket? When we have to hide and shield our child because we're scared that they won't return to us? When yet another cop get off for taking the life of a young man? When we can no longer call the cops because we fear for our lives, and even then it's too late. I know when it won't start, when we allow cops to keep running rapid like there is a job to protect us, when there is no light to shed police brutality, when we turn our heads to what is really happening in front of us, when they allow the man that murdered my little cousin to go to another county to become a sheriff officer, when they allow him to keep his license to protect but take another innocent life, when they pat him on his back as if he did a great job when he killed him in seconds of not even hesitation, when he's still walking around free while my cousin has no longer been able to walk on this earth again. I know when it won't start, when he gets to love his family every day, and my aunt sits in front of us with a blank stare because she's searching for her memories just to feel close to her child again. Where is the accountability? The accountability that my cousin was not just another black man killed by a cop, but was an active duty serviceman actively defending this country. Roger wanted to be the man his family looked up to. He wanted to show his sister what it felt like for a man to truly take care of her. He wanted to show his mom that there was more to life to be proud about. He wanted to give his family everything that this world had to offer, and that was a warm heart. He wanted to be the glue to hold his family together. He wanted to be the light in the darkest of times. He wanted to be the smile you see when you think of a great person. He wanted to protect us, his mom, dad, grandparents, brothers, sisters, cousins, aunt, uncles, teachers, friends, and even this country, a country that didn't even protect him. When are we going to protect him in his name? Earlier today, I saw something that said, they made us pledge alliance to the liberty and justice for all, and then get mad when we want liberty and justice for all. And I stand in front of you today with my chest and my head held high. There is no peace without justice. There is no peace without accountability. And there is no peace until there is change.
Ma'am,
Is
hold on.
this witness finished testifying?
Ma'am, the other attorney may have some questions.
Is there, are you done with your direct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Defense, any questions?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, now you may return to your seat. Thank you. Okay. Next witness.
State would call Ms. Good, Asia Good.
Okay, I see two witnesses coming. Which witness is testifying?
I'm speaking, but she speaks next. She just wanted to come with me. Can she come with me?
Are you testifying
Yes,
or is
ma'am.
it, okay. Is this a minor?
Yes. She's
Okay.
testifying next.
Okay.
You don't want to? Okay, so it's just me. She just wanted to sit with me. She can't sit with me.
Typically, we only have one witness.
That's fine.
Witness stand.
Your Honor,
Yes,
I know it's unusual. We've no objection if
you
she,
have no
Come
objection?
on, Harmon.
we've no objection if she wants to stand next to
Okay.
her.
All right, then that's fine.
That would be fine from our perspective, Your Honor.
Sorry.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth? If so, say I do.
I do.
Thank you, ma'am. Just
Thank
have a
you.
seat. Go ahead, Mr. Alderman.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ma'am, would you please state your name for the record?
Yes, Asia Good.
Okay. And who is this with you?
This is Harmony Fortson.
Okay, and she's Roger's sister, is that right?
She is his little sister.
And how are you related to Roger?
I have dated his older brother for 8 years.
Now, you're aware of what we're here for today, and that the defendant is requesting permission from the court to be able to leave
Yes,
this
sir.
area, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And do you have concerns about if he's able to leave this area?
I do.
Okay. And what concerns would
I
you like
just
to
wrote
share? with
something as well. It'll be really quick. I want to point out today that today marks 382 days since Roger Fortson was murdered by Eddie Duran. 382 days since he was shot without giving 5 seconds to speak, move, or live. 382 days of grief. 382 days of silence from those who should have stepped forward. 382 days since we were even granted a first appearance to see this man in court. Eddie Durham did not give Roger 5 seconds to put the gun down, but this system has given him 382 days to live like he didn't murder someone. 382 days to breathe, move freely, and avoid accountability while my brother was denied a moment to even explain that he was in his own home. And why? Because the man who murdered him wears a badge. Let me be clear, we are not here today screaming for justice in some abstract form. We are here to demand accountability. We are here to look Eddie Duran in his eyes, just like Roger did, to protect and serve, and instead, he chose to shoot first and attempt to justify later. While my brother, a highly ranked senior airman, was in the place he called home, this officer made the decision that he didn't even deserve 5 seconds. Roger didn't receive a warning. Roger didn't receive mercy. Roger didn't even receive a chance or help, but Eddie Duran received a bond. He received protection. He received a chance to come to this courtroom and ask to be there for his family. He received 382 days of silence from a system that has shown us once again it is not designed for us. We've watched the legal system bend over backwards to shield a man who has spent the last year not owning his actions, not showing remorse, but instead working with his legal team to discredit the man who served his country. Roger was not a suspect. Roger did not have a stare of hatred in his eyes. He was a soldier, he was a son, he was a brother, a protector. He wasn't just another black man. He was the black man in a uniform who also took the same oath that Eddie Duran did. But when it came down to it, Eddie Duran chose self-preservation over accountability. He had a choice that day to help Roger, and the moment he realized who Roger was, when he saw the military insignias on his wall, it hit him. He had not just taken the life of just another black man, but the one who held the same badge of honor he claimed to wear. It's wild to me that a senior airman was shot and killed in his home, and yet we're still having to drive 5.5 hours every time just to make some noise, just to remind folks that his life still mattered. Because apparently, in Okaloosa County, someone killing a black man in his home isn't enough to shake this community. Roger Fortson wore a uniform, he fought for this country, and now we gotta ask, how is the country fighting for him after he's gone? So today, we're not begging, we're not waiting, we're not silent, and we're not standing here asking for truth. Because of what happened to Roger, it's not just a tragedy, it's a failure of every institution in this United States of America that was sworn to protect him. And if accountability isn't demanded in this courtroom, we'll demand it everywhere else, in the media, in every eyes of elected officials, every judge, every officer who still dares to look the other way. Respectfully, Your Honor, Roger was taken from a single mother of 5 children. Please don't allow accommodations for a man who couldn't even give my brother 5 seconds to live, but now asks accommodations so he can be there for his family of 6. Roger didn't get that chance, and he doesn't deserve it either. That's all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Does the defense have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am.
State call Hassan Miles.
Raise your right hand, face the judge.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth? If so, say I do.
I do.
Thank you, sir. Just have a seat. Mr. Alderman, do you wish to inquire?
Yes, Your Honor, thank
Go
you.
ahead.
Sir, would you please state your name for the record?
Hassan Miles.
And
I'm sorry, I could not catch that. Could you please repeat?
Hassan Miles.
how are you related to Roger, sir?
Father figure, stepdad. I've been there like for since I know him, we living, so.
Okay. And you're aware of the defendant's request here today to be able to leave the area, is that right?
Oh, yes, I am.
Okay. And do
I
you,
think I speak for everybody on behalf of Roger that that's not acceptable at all. I don't think he should be granted that at all.
okay. And do you have concerns if that?
Yeah, for safety at all. You know, safety, if he can move around, then he can move around as far as the safety-wise, as far as us, you know. So I don't think he should be granted that at all. As far as him being accommodated for his needs, they already accommodated by giving him a bond. So that should be enough accommodation as far as his family and all that. What about our family? What we dealing with? I mean, we're dealing with a lot ourselves as far as issues with health of the family and all that, kids and all that. So I don't think that should be granted at all.
Okay.
All right.
Is there any other concerns you'd like to share with the court here today, sir? About that issue?
No,
All right, thank you, sir.
No questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
State would call Maurice Fortson.
Please remain standing. Raise your right hand, face the judge.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth? If so, say I do. Thank you, sir. Just have a seat. Go ahead, Mr. Alderman, if you wish to inquire.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, would you please state your name for the record?
Maurice Fortson.
And how are you related to Roger?
That's my cousin.
And in terms of the defendant's request to be able to leave the area, do you have concerns if that is granted?
Yeah.
Okay. And what kind of concerns would you like to share with the court here today?
I mean, you know, why would you want to give a bun to somebody? Allow them to move around and go certain places and do certain things for their family. And he just killed my cousin so recklessly. You know, ain't no way you can tell me in 2 seconds, 2 seconds that you felt threatened for your life. You ain't give him a chance to do nothing. And as I sit here, you know, I'm listening to hear him saying he want to go to a whole nother state to feed his family. And at night, I'm getting texts, calls at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. My aunt crying, you know, like, she been going through a lot of pain. And like she said, it's been 300 some days. And I sit in here and I listen to y'all, and it's like you giving him more time. It's like we driving 5 hours to come back here. And it's like every time we come down here, it's like a spit in the face. It's a reset, it's a reset, it's a reset. Like, I mean, something got to change, man. Shit don't make no sense, man.
And when you refer to your aunt, is that Roger's mother you're speaking of?
Yes,
Was texting you at 3 or 4 in the morning? All
yes.
right, thank you, sir.
Any questions from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Any other witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor, one more.
Okay. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth? If so, say I do. Thank you. Now just have a seat. Mr. Alderman, whenever you're ready, you may inquire.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ma'am, would you please state your name for the record?
Shantamika Fortson.
And you're Roger's mother, is that right?
Yes, I am.
Speaking to them.
Could you please repeat your name?
My name is Shantamika Fortson. I'm the mother of Senior Airman Roger Fortson.
And you're aware of the defendant's request that he be able to leave this area, is that right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and do you have concerns about if the court grants that request?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and what kind of concerns about that would you like to share with the court?
First of all, Your Honor, I have some letters that I would like to share with you. Is that okay?
Any objection?
Judge, we've no objection if she wishes to share that information with the court.
Mr. Alderman, do you wish to review these and share
I'm
them
gonna
with the
tell you-
defense
I can
before
tell
I
you what
look
they
at?
are.
Are they
I'm
letters
just going to
from-
tell you guys what they are.
Are they letters from friends and family members?
They're letters from the system. And I brought those letters to show you that the system is not all the way broken, Honor. I have faith that you're going to do what needs to be done. Roger was a senior airman, special operations. Roger honored that flag until he took his last breath on a cold floor. I heard everything that his attorney said. And it hardens my heart to know that his wife was a nurse and they played like they took Roger to a hospital and he was in the OR getting surgery when I heard him take his last breath on FaceTime. It hardens my heart that I taught my kids, if you feel threatened, unsafe, you run to the police. It hardens my heart because I saw a clip where Roger was saying, wait. Your Honor, I could not look at the video, but I had so many people, black, white, brown, Asian, that was telling me, he killed your baby. I'm sorry, he killed your baby. I got videos, he killed your baby. The day after he killed Roger, I got a video of him laughing with the leasing lady saying, the threat has been handled. He said, the threat has been handled. He want to go take care of his family.
I know it's not.
I'm asking people to pay my light bill, to buy me and Harmony food. My baby went to her 5th grade dance.
Me and my kids ain't never been rich, but we had each other. When she went to her 5th grade dance, all her brothers supposed to been right there, making a big deal, cracking jokes. We didn't have that. We cried, walked her to the car, cried, taking her into school. My son broke generational curses in my family. Roger was not what he tried. Your Honor, when it first started, all I asked him for was an apology. You didn't give an apology. You still tried to hide it. Y'all left me after y'all showed the bogus body cam, and you said that Roger was in the wrong. Then you turned right around and you fired him for excessive force. He's a threat to the community. He does not have the compassion to walk freely. He should be supervised everywhere he goes. His wife, he got his wife. I have nobody but Harmony. I raised my child by myself. My child was 23. When I had food, they ate food. You know what cornstarch is, Your Honor? I ate cornstarch to get full, to make sure they ate. When people said no, I made a way for my child. Check the records. I never got child support. I took care of my son. You haven't seen, I don't know if you look at it, Neil press conference, I never said nothing about killing him, jailing him, none of that. But if this man, when he got arrested, first of all, I didn't take a Tylenol pill or nothing, Your Honor. That was the best night's sleep I got in my life. That was the best night's sleep. Because of the type of man he is, the system, why I say the system is not broken, because the system still helps me to come here and feel safe. Roger was in a brotherhood. We can't make his case black and white. We have to make his case about hate. We have to make his case about consistency. When I say consistency, that's why you turned in a 2-week notice, because you was already on paper because you was doing something you had no business doing. So that day you were gonna kill my baby. You didn't have to kill him. He didn't have to kill my baby, even though he shot him. If Roger would have lived, Roger would have fought for this man. He would have fought for Eddie Durham. Eddie Durham don't care nothing about killing my child. Your Honor, I don't know if you're a mama or grandmama, and I'm glad you got a job where you can take care of your kids. I want you to just feel my heart, feel my energy. It's time to tell him no. It's time to tell him to take accountability, because he would never give me justice. He would never. My child survived an apartment complex that's worse than Vietnam, only to come here where he was protecting the borders so that he could go home with his wife and his 6 children and they can eat ice cream and do what they had to do. 2023, I was hit by 2 trucks, could barely walk. Roger got hurt when he was in Kuwait, but he limped up to Georgia from here, drove 5 hours, took me to physical therapy, made sure I ate, made sure I had my medicine. My body is not even the same. My body probably would have got better if I hadn't agreed for a whole year and some days. No, revoke his bond. He needs to suffer how I am suffering. My jail is way worse than Al Hill being, because I'm in jail in here. I have not grieved my baby. I have lost 2 kids. I lost one May the 3rd. I lost one July the 3rd. He started a domino effect in my life. He needs no bond, Your Honor. He is a monster. You didn't give my baby 3, you could have gave him 3 seconds. You guys saw a body cam, Your Honor. I saw a FaceTime. I listened to the boogeyman's voice, taunting him, telling him, stop moving, stop moving. I listened to Roger say, it was his last breath, Your Honor. It was his last breath. He got a bond. Roger can't get another life. It's not a video game. I drive here for 5 hours. My stomach is in a knot. I go home. I say, I got a headache. I say, this hurt. I go to the doctor. They keep saying they can't see nothing, that is mental. In my head, I'm out, I'm on my treadmill, but I'm in the bed. And he wants to take care of his 6 children. He wants to go be with his wife that's a nurse. And you had the audacity to have the hospital to play with me as though Roger was in the operating room. Your Honor, please. I have always, it's just always, when I was young, the police, we called them Powell and officer friendly. That's not officer friendly. Your Honor, that's officer death. Please, if you can break, he needs to stay in Fort Walton. He needs to face the demons and the ghosts that he created. He created this for himself. You know why I ate that starch? Because I chose to have my kids and not to abort them. I ate that starch with a smile on my face. When the lights off, we played the fan game. I took accountability for raising my kids. He needs to take accountability for killing my 23-year-old son. My son was this close to coming home, going to be a nurse. He was this close. Eddie Durham took that. My son will never get married. Eddie Durham took that. I'll never have a grandchild. He took that. His defense attorney is saying everything he needs. No, he needs to stay in Fort Walton. He needs to deal with his charges. It don't need to be any more continuous. If you can go to Oklahoma, this prosecutor, and whatever his defense attorney, y'all need to move some stuff to the side and handle this case. Because I'm a victim. That's not a victim. That's a killer. I'm a victim. I am a victim. I can't keep showing him how much he hurt me, because he know how much he hurt me. He looked in my baby eyes and said my baby eyes was aggressive stare. These are Roger eyes, Your Honor. You fall in love, you don't like them brown eyes. And that's a big bruise. Thank you. You see how you smile? That's how the little girls did. You're not going to sit there and say that my child was a threat. He do not. He do not. He shouldn't even be able to go home and hug his children. I put Roger in a mausoleum. I can't hug him. I can't put flowers in his grave. I put my baby in a mausoleum because I refuse to say that he put my child 6 feet under. My child never disobeyed me. Roger was so perfect. It was Jesus and it was Roger. I got a warrant when I was going through my baby stuff. Well, they had a judge to sign, Your Honor, and said they gave the warrant to somebody named Jamaica. My name is Chantimekki. There ain't no J in my name, is it? So who you gave the warrant to? If you allow him to go to another county, he's gonna enjoy his life. I'm gonna go home and be scared every day in Georgia. My baby missed 2 months of school. She get paranoid. No, I'm scared. I'm really, really scared. I don't feel like he should stay. If I'm in the jail in here, he needs to stay in Fort Walton.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Any further questions, Mr. Alderman?
No, Your Honor, I'm staying.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. So I've been handed numerous letters. I don't know, Mr. Alderman, if you wish to look at them first
Yes,
and let the defense view them first. I have not looked at them because I wanted to give the
Thank you, Your
attorneys a
Honor.
chance to look at them first.
And, I'm sorry, Your Honor, no more witnesses from the state.
Thank you. And I'll review the letters as soon as the defense has a chance to look at them. Just so the members of the gallery are aware, before I can look at anything, the attorneys have to view it first. So that's what I'm doing, is letting the attorneys look at the papers I was handed.
Judge, if I may, and I'm looking at the letters that Ms. Fulton provided, and they're signed by his military family, and there are various letters, and I don't know who wrote them, but I certainly have no objection to this court considering their contents. because I think they're consistent with the testimony we've heard with respect to the common denominators here, and that is anguish and pain and hurt. These letters
Thank you.
speak to that, and we don't object to that. We recognize that to be the case.
Okay, thank you. There was one in an envelope. Has that envelope been opened and then the contents put out? Oh, I think Mr. Alderman has that.
I have not opened it, Judge.
Okay, go ahead, and then if you could show that to the defense before I look at it. I'm reviewing the letters that I've been handed by court security.
I'm going to approach.
Yes, thank you.
Those are the ones you can, those are the ones that were, these were written out.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, I will give the letters to Madam Clerk to place in the court file.
Yes, Your Honor, and I think, speaking with Mr. Flowers, I don't think defense had any objection if the court wanted to consider those as State's Exhibit Composite 1 of all those letters.
That would be a sensible approach, Your Honor, that we would not object to, that they would be a composite exhibit for purposes of today's proceedings.
Okay, they will be so admitted. Thank you. I noticed that most of the letters, in fact, all of them were directed at moving the trial. That's not the issue before the court today.
Yeah, we're aware of that, Your Honor. Yes.
Okay. There has been no motion or anything brought to the court to consider that issue. It's not before the court, so.
No, Your Honor. The court would allow me just a brief summation.
Sure. Go ahead.
Your Honor, thank you for the court's time. I understand how difficult this situation is for the family and friends of Mr. Fortson and for this court as well. And I think that what you've heard here are rightful demands for justice for a trial in this case, which I will let those parties know, and I'm sure the state can concur that we are moving as quickly as we can constitutionally to be prepared and not delay this for any reason other than to get the information that we need to constitutionally try this case in a legally sufficient manner, and that's what we're trying to do. But to reiterate, the motion that we're here on today is not about overall justice. It's about the specific parameters of constitutional pretrial release and pursuant to Florida Statute 903.046, the two factors of danger to this community, which he is residing in and has been released in, and I don't think there's any argument as to that specific part from the state. And the second is really the whether or not he will return to court. And as I've indicated before, I think everything that Mr. Duran has done, said he would do, is to do that. And to also confirm, we're not asking for him to be multi-months out of the jurisdiction. And speaking with him, the jobs, if he could get those, are 2 or 3 week type jobs that once again we would be notifying the court where he is and when he would be back, only so that he can support his family. He doesn't need to be here for us to do our job, to take depositions and get this case prepared to trial. So him going somewhere or doing something is not going to slow or delay us getting to a trial. And I've had good contact with the state, and we're both on the same page that this case needs to be tried, and we're moving diligently so that hopefully everyone who's involved can hear all of the evidence, and we can let the justice system do its job. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. State?
Yes, Your Honor. In considering the criteria under 903.046, I would ask the court take into consideration subsection A, the nature and circumstances of the offense charged. Here we have a first-degree felony, obviously with a maximum of 30 years. The score sheet will be over 10 years, so Mr. Duran is looking at severe punishment if convicted. So obviously the state has concern about his returning to court, which was why I asked for the condition originally that he not be allowed to leave the area. I don't think anything has really changed in terms of the case since the first appearances. Obviously, some of his circumstances may have changed, but nothing has changed in terms of the case and the state's concern at his return to court. So I would ask that the court deny the motion and that he require that he remain in the First Circuit. If the court is inclined to grant the motion, I think the court would also have an option of a passive GPS to be placed on Mr. Duran also.
All right, thank you. Just to make sure I completely understand the defense's request, because it's different than what the motion says.
Yes, Your Honor. Originally it was to move. Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. You're asking for the court to lift the condition that Judge Ketchel put in place that Mr. Duran cannot leave the First Circuit. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I've reviewed the case. I am holding Judge Ketchel's order that he entered on August 29th, 2024. He specifically wrote that condition, hand wrote it into the order. Defendant cannot leave First Judicial Circuit. I have not heard anything today that would compel me to modify Judge Ketchell's order. Therefore, the motion is denied. If there is a specific request, then that would have to be presented in a motion. But for purposes of today, this motion to modify first appearance order is denied.
Very well.
And
We'll provide the court with an order on that.
I have a fill-in-the-blank order I can enter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sure. So I'm just going to write on here that it's denied. And how many depositions? I'm circling back to our case management discussion that we had earlier. How many discussions do you expect to take, or have you decided? Can you give me a ballpark?
I believe there's probably more than 30, Your Honor. And I
Okay.
apologize, I didn't bring
Yeah.
I need a card for the entire file.
Okay. Well, I would encourage both sides to take a hard look at your calendars and do everything you can to get those set as soon as possible.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well.
All right. Anything further I need to address today?
Not from the defense, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Nothing to state, Judge.
Okay. Well, that will conclude our hearing. And since we have been going, I know of other cases on the docket, I'm going to take about a 10-minute recess before I resume the rest of the docket today. I want to thank everyone for their patience and for their consideration today.
Yes,
Thank
Your Honor.
you.
Save name. Save name.